What's up, guys? Jared Welch, RacingDudes.com. I'm here today to preview Saturday's Grade 1 Cotillion Stakes at Parx. Huge, obviously, Pennsylvania Derby Day, huge day at Parx Racing. And we're going to look at race 12 with that Cotillion. $1 million race, 1 1/16 miles for the Phillies 3-year-olds. And Field of 9 shows up for this one. I do think between the two, I thought this race came back a little stronger than the Pennsylvania Derby. So I think this is a nice race. Especially from a betting standpoint. You're looking at 2-1 on the Oaks winner, the 3, Pretty Mischievous. Deserving favorite coming into the race, no doubt about it. But I do think there is opportunity here to try to beat her. It's a kind of an odd situation, I feel like, with her, although she is very classy horse and deserves to be the favorite here. So let's take a look here at my top pick of the race. I mentioned I am going to try to beat the 3, Pretty Mischievous. I'm going to go with the 2, Ceiling Crusher for Doug O'Neill. Doug O'Neill ships in Ceiling Crusher after a really impressive win last time out in the Torrey Pines. Listen, this horse has only lost once, 6 starts. 5 of those have been wins. Really, the only time was just kind of a non-effort. Didn't get to the lead, that 2-back, and just never, didn't break well. Didn't get to the lead, and that was kind of the end of that. So the big thing here is get to the lead. And when I look at this race, there is speed, and I think it can be misleading to think that there's other speed and this horse might get burned up on the front end, but I just think she's faster than everybody else. And, you look at that Torrey Pines, that wasn't that long ago, September 2nd. We're talking 20 days, 21 days, 3 weeks off. He ships her here. He's not shipping to lose. I mean, off the layoff, or off of the short layoff, I should say. Bringing her in here, I just think she's going to be too good. Again, like it's a class test. We haven't seen her in a Grade 1. We haven't seen her in any kind of race quite like this. But other than Pretty Mischievous, I mean, who are you really that afraid of in the race? And I'll talk about Pretty Mischievous second here in a second. But to me, it makes sense to try to run her here. And again, speed is speed. Speed wins a lot, especially at Parx on this day. And so give me the 2, Ceiling Crusher at 5-1 as my top pick. I mentioned the 3, Pretty Mischievous. That is going to be my second choice here. Again, I think I'm the hate on her might come across too much. I still think she's a nice horse. I mean, she has rattled off 3 straight Grade 1s, including the Kentucky Oaks, including the Acorn. Got first in the test. Of course, we all know she was nowhere close to winning that race. Unfortunately, with Maple Leaf Mill going down right at the wire. But she does have it on the record. So 3 straight Grade 1s. I kind of feel like she's been playing with fire a little bit. Like the Oaks, she did win. Yep. All the credit goes to her. You look at it in that race, that was not a great Oaks. The Acorn just barely got the win there over Darth Vader and a Colt, who I'll mention in a second. And then the test, like I mentioned, was never really. If Maple Leaf Mill, unfortunately doesn't have the tragedy and wins, like you're not even talking about Pretty Mischievous being that, as far as being an impressive or being a Grade 1 or whatever. Like it wasn't a visually impressive race from her, in my opinion. So I think there's an opportunity here to try to beat her. Could she win? Sure. I mean, like I said, she's a classy ass horse. $1.7 million in earnings. She deserves to be the favorite, no doubt about it. I think she's going to come running late because that's what she does. She kind of grinds and then comes and makes that run late. I just think this time around she's going to run into a horse like Ceiling Crusher, who just might be a little bit better and a little bit primed than she is. And so I like the 2, Ceiling Crusher, to kind of withstand the kind of run that Pretty Mischievous makes. But I do think she is classy enough when you look at the rest of this field to get that second spot. So, all right, my number 3rd horse, my 3rd pick here, number 5, Occult. I kind of mentioned that horse getting beat by Pretty Mischievous, 2-back in the Acorn. Really bounced back from that effort, right? Colt didn't break at all, kind of got shuffled back, made a run, but it was just way too much to ask from the horse, but then came back in the Monmouth Oaks. And you could say that, the class obviously was lightened up in that race, no doubt about it. But, man, she looked good. She had a pop. Like, when she made her move, it was over. And if she can run that kind of race, and again, I acknowledge the fact that that's a lighter race. The numbers aren't particularly strong. I think it was more of a situation of it was broke better, won, and got, in better company too, or company that she could run with. And so I do think that helped, but she is a good horse. Like, I think there is opportunity here. Irad gets the mount. I like her in third, kind of maybe pick up the pieces underneath. I just don't think she's quite good enough as these top two. So I got a Colt in third, and in fourth. You might be waiting. I'm not pitting the 4. I'm going the 1 Foggy Night in fourth, and a lot of this is on the occult train here, but occult beat Foggy Night in that race that I said was so visually impressive in the Monmouth Oaks. Then Foggy Night came back and ran the Catherine Sophia here at Parx and really looked good. Parx at Parx, Foggy Night has 6 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds. At this distance, 4 starts, 3 wins in a second. So obviously the distance and the track hitting this horse right between the eyes. And I don't necessarily believe she's got too much of a chance here to win. But if you're looking for something kind of juicy underneath, it's for an exacta or try or whatever you're playing, or if you want to get wild and you put her in like a pick 4 or something, I think Foggy Night is the upsetter, or at least could outrun her odds here. So give me the 1 Foggy Night in fourth. And, I'll at least mention real quickly the horse that everyone, is probably that's watching this thinking, I can't believe you left out the 4 Hoosier Filly in your top 4. And I get that it could be a little dicey. I just don't think she has any chance to win. I don't, because, and here's why. The races that she's won have been really poor speed figures, and 2, she inherits an easy lead, and the pace is slow, and she kind of just gets up there and she does her thing. She's not going to have that this time. She's going to have, like I mentioned, the horse I'm picking, number 2, Ceiling Crusher. I just think she's going to get her dreams crushed here, where she can't get to the lead, isn't fast enough. And when she's not fast enough and can't get, she really had, like, you look at her, she has at this distance, she has 2 wins, but those races were as a 2-year-old. As a 3-year-old, she has not looked good going this long. Her races that she's been the most impressive, which is the Monomoy Girl, where it was at a mile race. So I just don't believe in her. She looks like she's going to fire a good race based off of the works and kind of what we've seen in the past from her on the works. I'm worried that the class and the speed, everything's kind of up against her. 6-1 is playable. I don't know if we're going to get 6-1, but I am leaving the 4 Hoosier Filly off. So, all right, to recap my top 4: number 2, Ceiling Crusher; number 3, Pretty Mischievous; number 5, Occult; and number 1, Foggy Night. All right, let me know in the comments below who you like in this race. Who do you think is going to win? Do you believe in the favorite, or are you trying to beat her? And tell me who you like. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get alerted next time we go live or we have more content. Obviously, the Breeders' Cup is just approaching so fast, and we'll have more and more content as we get closer to that. Until next time, I'm Jared Welch. See you guys.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track. Summer's here, our picks are heating up. We want you to join us in the fun. Subscribe to the Racing Dudes YouTube channel right now. Click the notification bell. You don't want to miss a single one of our awesome videos. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.